All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD, or Application and Website Development 1100 C-sharp programming class for the summer 2023 semester at Rankin, I've been going through and trying to do a series of videos that are based on the book for the class, which is Murachs C-sharp 8th edition. All right, and basically I have come through here and built my own copy of what you see here on the screen. So if I run it, I had to comment one line out or it wouldn't work. That's this line here. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right, but it pretty much is the same thing. So there's my copy, and here's the one that's in the book. All right, you can see they look pretty much alike. All right, billing credit card, bill customer, etc. All right, so what I think I'm going to do, move away from the book for a little bit and do this. All right, first thing I want to do is, whoops, when this comes up, all right, when this does come up on the screen here, if you've chosen rather, if you've not chosen either one of these, there's no sense in going on. So when I click here, the first thing I want to do is make sure one of these is chosen. And if neither one is, I'm just going to give out a message and return. All right. Then what I'm going to do is if it's bill customer, if it is bill customer, really everything that's here, all that stuff, all that should be basically set up as, there's no credit card number or expire date, etc. So I'm going to take all of these that you see here, and I'm literally just going to zero them out, comment them out, set it up so you can't do anything with them. Okay, so what do I mean? Well, here I've got display all values. Okay, and this is the stuff that's in there. In fact, I'm going to take everything that's currently in here and I'm going to comment it out. All right, that's everything. But I'm going to say if rad bill customer dot checked. So if it's not checked, so if not rad bill customer dot checked and not rad credit card dot checked. Well, we know there's a problem because if that's the case, then neither one of these was chosen. All right. So what do I want to do? Well, I'm going to come down to the bottom here and I'm going to build my own special thing in here that's going, in case we have, in case we want to come in and create our own message. So I'm going to have here private void show message, and it will take in a string that will be the message, and it will take in a string that will be the title. All right. And for now, at least, I'm just going to do it like this. We may change it, but we'll see. I'm going to say message box dot show. I want to show the message, and I want to show the title, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say message box buttons. I'm just going to put an OK button in here, and not a question. But let's just, for now, we may change this, but for now, I'll put it in as information. Okay, we may change that. All right, so message box show that. So if we come in here, neither one of these have been chosen. I'm going to come in and I'm going to call show message. And the message will be, you must choose, and what is this called? A billing method. All right, and then I'll just say for the title, no billing method chosen. And then I'm just going to return. There's no sense in going on. So let's see if that works. All right, so file, save all, and I'm going to run this. All right, now I'm going to click the clear button because now neither one of these are chosen. All right, and I'm going to click calculate, and I get no billing method chosen. You must choose a billing method, and boom, I'm dead in the water. That's exactly what I want to have happen. All right. Okay, that's good. So if I get down to here, if I get down to an else, one of them was chosen. Well, I'm going to say else if bill customer was checked. Okay. I'm just going to put in here another show message. And it's going to say customer will be billed directly. All right, so that's going to be that. And then the title will be no credit card info needed. All right, and again, I'll just be able to return. Okay, so let's take a look at that one. You've already seen this, that if I run this and I choose neither of these, now one's chosen here, so I have to click clear. But if neither is chosen, I click no billing. It says no billing method chosen. You must choose a billing method. And if I click just bill customer and I click calculate, no credit card info needed. All right, customer will be billed directly. So that's the case. So I don't want to let the user choose any of these or these or these or these. Okay, so in other words, I want to come in here and do a few things. So let's see what we want to do. Well, one thing that I know we can do is we can come in and say the list box, list credit card type dot, and let's see what's in here then. I want to do the equivalent of kind of turn it off. I don't want you to be able to do anything with it. Oh, it looks like there's an enabled. Okay, so let's say credit card enabled equal false. There's nothing we can do with that. That's a start. What else do we have? So that's turning this off. Let's take this and set it to the read only on that to true. So that's txt credit card number dot. Well, we could probably do the enabled on there too. Enabled equal false. All right. And we want to do the same thing with our radio buttons. Not our radio buttons, our drop-down lists. What do we call those? I think they're called CBO something. CBO expire month and CBO expire year. So CBO expire month, we'll set that enabled to false, and CBO expire year dot enabled equal false. Then I'm going to ask the user for right now, let's see if this works. All right, so for right now, I just want to see if this works. So file, save all, do this. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to set it to bill customer. Now I shouldn't be able to do in any of these anything in here, and I can. Okay, and that's, I know why. So let me run it again. All right, let me click bill customer. Now let me click calculate. Customer will be billed directly. That's now turned off. So is that. So is that. So is that. Now, I may want to let the user set that as a default billing method. So let's check on that. Give me just a second here. All right, if you remember what we tried doing a little bit ago, and I'm going to see if I can replicate it here or not. Okay. And let me exit. Yes. Okay. And that is, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add to my project, right mouse click and add a reference. And I want to add Visual Basic. There it is. All right, so now I should be able to come in here and do a using Microsoft Visual Basic. Okay, looks like I'm not using any of these, but I do want to use this one. Let's make sure we've got things in alphabetic order. All right, so now what it is I have to come in and I want to create in here, I want to create an input box. So that was Spire, where are we? Okay, we're here. Display all values. So I'm going to say here, Microsoft dot Visual Basic dot, something with an I, wasn't it? Interaction dot input box equal, and we'll fix this in a minute. Let's do this on the next line. Do you want to set this as your default billing method? Okay, well, I'm going to put in here, let's see. This is going to be a Boolean. Okay. It is a method group. I did this before. I thought I did this on the last program where we brought this in, but let's see. It was in our search. So string. Oh, so string is this. No, yeah. Okay, so we'll say string followed by that. See if that fixes it. Well, that's kind of what I did before, isn't it? Enter. Well, I got to put the rest of the stuff in here. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so paren, that will be the title. Okay, and we also want to put in here, no, that'll be the verbiage. Then we need the title. And then we will put in a default value of yes. And I'll try putting it pretty close to where I put it before. Let's see if this works. All right, so if I come in here and I set this to bill customer and I click calculate, this should gray out, this should gray out, this should gray out, this should gray out, and I should be asked if I want to set this as my default billing method. So customer will be billed directly. There you go. Do you want to set this as your default billing method? So if I say a Y in there or yes, then this should be checked. Okay, so we have to put that code in. All right, so string answer equals dbm dot, now we want to work on this substring, and we want it to we want it to start at 0 and have it go 1 if I did that right, which I probably did not. All right. Now, can I take that and do a dot to upper on there? Okay. And then this will say if answer equal Y, our checkbox should be checked. CHK set as default is true, and then we should be able to return. I'm going to break this down because there's way too much code in here, but let's look at it right now. So right now, if I choose bill customer and I click calculate, all right, it comes in and it grays out everything. And do I want to set it as the default? And if I say yes, that's now set. Okay, that's everything I have to do in here. If I clear, do it again, calculate again, and if I don't put in a Y, boom, it's not set. That's exactly what we want to have happen. Now, when you clear, notice this isn't working now, so we got to fix that. So first of all, what are we doing here? This is the display all values. Okay. All right. So this, and this. I'm going to try to change this. And you've seen me do this before. I'm going to do a bool. I'm going to call it keep going equal, and we're going to say are there no radio buttons selected? I'm going to get an error because of course that hasn't been written yet. So let's write that right here. Private bool, are there no radio buttons selected? Now that's wrong right now for various reasons, but let's fix it. That should be a lowercase h, and that should be a lowercase u. All right? All right. So if this is the case, if neither one are selected, we'll want to return Let's make a ret val in here. And we're going to assume that one is selected. So I'm going to do a bool ret val equal false. All right, so if this is the case, then neither one is selected. So I want to say ret val equal true. And then we want to return ret val like that. Now, yeah, the errors are gone. In fact, all my errors. I don't know what's going on here. So do we have an are there no radio buttons selected? Are there no radio buttons selected? Okay, something was misspelled or something on there. There. All right, see, all my errors are gone. Now, if this returned true, then there are no radio buttons selected. So, if not, keep going. In other words, if it returns false, okay, I just want to return. I'm already handling it in my code. Okay, so that will handle this. Let's see if we've changed anything. File, save all. I'm going to come in here. I'm not going to choose either one of these, and I'm going to click calculate. I get no billing method chosen. You must choose a billing method. I click OK, and I'm back. So there's nothing chosen. Nothing's happened yet. That's good. All right. So here is if the bill the customer has been chosen. So that is if bill customer was chosen. All right, so if that is checked, let's write another routine. It's called handle bill customer. Again, we're getting errors here because we haven't written these routines. So private void bill customer. Oh boy, Jeff. Right, and I said handle bill customer. So handle bill customer. So that'll go to here. So we will show the message that says customer will be billed directly, and we will show the message that says no credit card needed. We are turning off everything that's in here. We are asking if they want to set their default bill method. If they say yes, we'll set it. Okay? So let's take this. Let's make another routine. All right. So check for set as default billing method. Again, I keep getting errors because I haven't written these routines yet. So private void check for set as billing as default billing method. Right there. Okay. Now it's just going to be a return here, and they're just going to be a return after this. Nothing should have changed, so let's double check and make sure that's the case. So if I choose bill customer and click calculate, nothing happened. So something is screwed up. So let's let's play computer and see if we can figure it out. All right. So, are there no radio buttons selected? Okay. That's the one in here. So if there are not any radio buttons selected, we're doing all this. Okay. Okay, so if this return false, okay, that's fine. All right. So if this is the case, and then it returned, did it backwards. Now let's look. All right, so bill customer, calculate. Everything is turned off. If we say no for our default billing method, it won't be set. If we say yes, it is set. It's kind of hard to see, but it is set. All right, so everything is now done in here. Now, when I click clear, I want all this stuff to be reset. So I'm going to do that right now. So in our clear that we've written earlier, all we did here was turn off the two radio buttons. That's okay. This will remove anything that was in there, but I also have to say txt card number enabled equal true. Okay. And what else did we have in there? Our list box has got to be enabled as well. But we don't want to set it to false. We want to set it to true. All right, so what that will do is now this will be back again. This will be okay. We have to enable these two as well. And then make sure that is not set. So the checked is false, that's good. These two are okay, but we have to reset the enabled on both of those. All right, that should be everything. All right, so let's check this. Bill customer, calculate, boom. And I'm going to say yes. These are all grayed out, and that's set. When I click clear, they is no longer grayed out. This has been reset, and neither one of these are set. So that's good. All right. So we handled bill customer. All right. Else, we want to call handle credit card customer, because they have to be that. All right, again, we don't have anything written that's called this, and that's why we're getting the error. So let's come in here and do that here. My alarm, my clock is going. Let me pause for a minute here. All right, so we have now handled working with the person who chose the billing method, but now we've got to do the credit card method. All right, so what do we have to do? Well, we have to make sure one of these has to have been chosen, and actually it has to be this one. All right, so for the credit card type, you can set it up so that it'll handle one thing or many things, but I'm going to have it just handle one thing. So, and then we have to set this and this and this and this. All right, so let's do that. So We already know that our radio button has been set. All right. So our list box, yes, we do want it to be enabled. Let's see. Well, let's check it in here. Oh, that's right. Only one checked item. You can manually inspect the count. Okay, this is going to look crummy, but I'm going to do it like this anyway. So whenever you go and you check a value, all right, so whenever you go in and you check one of these, you want to uncheck the rest of them. Now, I know I can tell exactly what they're doing in here, but I want to see if there's an easier way to do it than that. Probably there isn't, but let's see. I don't know if right now I can go in here and manually handle. What happens if I come in here and try to click all three of them? Great. Let's just comment that out so this will run. Okay, I think by default it's only going to accept one. That's good. Okay. What if we came in here and did a switch on the value that's in here, on whatever is checked? Credit card type dot. Selected item. All right, so that item that's right there, I think it'll be an int, but I'm not sure. All right, I'm going to try to make this an int. Let's do this. Let's do a message box. I'm going to remove this right away. should work. It shouldn't give me an error after I put in a comma. There we go. All right, so if I come in here and I choose credit card and I click on here, I click calculate, it says the selected credit card type is MasterCard. If I click a different one, I click calculate, it should say that it's Visa. All right. So I'm going to say string. Hold on for a moment.